It's Liam Alexander Stewart with Inside the Ropes, and I'm back again with another fantastic interview for you today. You can see my guest across to my left. We're talking about a bona fide legend of the game, talking about a man with over 1 million Spotify streams across rap and rock music with Real One and Real One in the How You Doing band. You may know him as the former Enzo Amore, but Enzo Amore has died, and rising from the ashes like a phoenix, it's none other than the Real One himself, Enzo. Enzo, how you doing, my man?
You know, yesterday was the best day of my life.
Why was that, man?
You wouldn't believe what happened.
What happened?
I wake up today. Today's better than yesterday. Unbelievable.
I like
Unbelievable.
that.
How's everybody doing in Scotland, bro?
Oh,
Technology is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Tell me about Scotland.
It's great. I mean, right now we're burning because we got a little bit of sunlight and we don't get a lot of it here. So everyone's out. We call it.
You White Walkers up there getting fucking.
Oh yeah.
Tomated.
we call it taps off weather, which is when it's ever so slightly warm. So all the guys without the physiques for it have got their tops off walking about. It's the best time of year for us, but it tends to last about 2 days.
Yeah, I think that would be taken out of context in these streets out here in this PC era. But I remember a day and age where a radio station in New Jersey that was very popular, Opie and Anthony, they were in New York City radio, and they had a morning show, and they called Whip It Out Wednesday, and they had stickers all over the cars in New Jersey that said "Whip It Out Wednesday," and you'd be driving down the street, and some girl would pull up, and you honk twice, she'd whip her titties out. We have immensely changed as a society since then.
The world has changed. I think
that's a loss. That was the attitude. That was the attitude era, bro. That was the attitude era, my man.
But excited to be talking to you. You've been on a list of guys I've been meaning to get to a while. You've got a super interesting career. We are, of course, going to talk a little bit about wrestling, your time through it, what you're doing now, what you've been through. Going to talk about a little bit of your music and what you're doing as well with Rocky Romero and the Talking Shop Boys over in the NFT space. But I guess it makes the most sense to kind of start from the beginning, because when it comes to wrestling, you had a completely different route in than most guys. You know, we've seen the indie guys that go out, they do their thing, and at various points they get signed up, or they sort of collegiate athletes that get brought in through sort of the college scholarship deals. But your tape now, your audition tape's going to become a thing of legend. You doing the workout and cutting a promo. How did that kind of go down for you? And sort of how did you find your time going into the PC after that?
I would like to take all the credit in the world for the NIL program. I would like to think that the success with the likes of Enzo Amore was one of the reasons for the NIL program. Never wrestled before in my life. Was a gym rat who played college football, and that's basically what they're trying to get these days. Is the real athletes. And I guess that the facade, because like, I got to be honest with you. I mean, there's a lot of guys that probably I throw a ball at them and it hits them right in between the eyes that were in my locker room. I can tell you honestly that I don't know if there was a lot of ball sport athletes, as you would say. Maybe there was a few gymnasts in the building, but the amateur wrestlers, the real tough guys, they exist in pro wrestling. Don't get me don't mince my words, but there's a lot of things you can do in pro wrestling, including be a main event superstar without having to be a real great athlete. And I realized that immediately when I got into pro wrestling, that all of the weightlifting, if you guys take the time to look, it's out there. You'll see me do a 56-inch box jump. I mean, I could dunk a basketball. I broke my leg in WWE, so I definitely had never dunked a basketball again. But, I was a running back in high school, all state, and played here in New Jersey. And I realized, man, none of that shit mattered. Like, there's only one thing that matters, and that's getting over and making the people react to whatever it is that you're doing or saying. So I realized that all the bench pressing in the world ain't going to help you get over in today's climate. Whether you're presented on a stage, put on a pedestal and you're Hulk Hogan and you look the part, that's a different ball game. That's a different ball game. The business is built on the backs of giants, but small guys like me, like I was an athlete, but I didn't play one on TV. And people think that I can't wrestle. People think that I can't wrestle or can't hit the ropes or jump over the ropes or whatever it is. Like, I don't care. Like, think whatever the fuck you want. I realize that you got to let go of the ego immediately when you put on tights and pretend to be a different person and you lay down and let people beat you up and you let people beat you like I made a career out of at the beginning stages of my career, not knowing how to wrestle at the start. You got to start from the bottom to make it to the top. And I ended with a title around my waist. So you got to pay your dues, and you can't let your ego be the reason why you're scared to lose or not look tough or not be a good athlete. Like, to be honest with you, when I broke into the business, the best advice that I got was from the greatest coaches in the history of the pro wrestling business. So when you got people like Triple H telling you what to do and how to do it, when you got Shawn Michaels telling you what to do and how to do it, when you got Norman Smiley, Terry Taylor, Matt Bloom, all these people going, Enzo, cut the fucking promo and don't do a fucking thing after that. You're not doing any moves. You're not hitting ranas. You're not hitting the ropes. You're not diving. And they were protecting their asset at the same time. I wasn't going to go out there and kill myself crazy, because even the best athletes in the world, the best gymnasts in the world, I've watched them miss a step or you know, break something. You know, you watch Neville. I mean, what a fucking sick athlete. He snapped his leg doing a baseball slide in the ring.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like, shit happens out there. So minimize the risk, get booked every weekend, try to be a part of the show. There's 8 matches on a card. There's the main event. It's got to go out there and kill themselves. There's the women's title match. There's the men's title match. There's, you know, there's the tag team title match. There's, you know, another title somewhere along the line. You're looking at 5 title matches. If you can squeeze yourself on the biggest promotion in pro wrestling in the world, somewhere to fit on that 8-match card, you've already won. What are we nitpicking? Like, what are we nitpicking? Okay. If you go out there and put on a show, like, okay, let people talk all they want. I don't care. If I got to be the opening act of every NXT show that ever opened in every arena that ever happened, from the O2 Arena in London to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, to the smallest little armories, to, you know, the concert halls and the venues around the country and overseas, like, I was a part of something special, and I was glad to do it. You know, like, I didn't ever look at the dirt sheets or read the comment section or worry about what the internet was saying about my wrestling ability. I played a character. I played a character on a show, and my role. Know your role and shut your mouth. What was my role? My role was to open the damn show with the microphone and make some other guys look like real badass tough guys and beat me up. Tag in Big Cass, he cleans house, and I lay on top for the finish. 1, 2, 3. But if you're getting the victory every night on these house shows, like, you can't be so eager to go out there and hit all the moves on the heels too. The heels are going to look at you like, come on, asshole. Like, do something. So I played my part, and I was happy to do it. So was Big Cass. And looking back on it in retrospect, it was a great show, and I was happy to be a part of it.
You mentioned getting over, and I think the one thing nobody anywhere around the world can deny is that Enzo and Big Cass got over wherever they went. I remember 2016 coming up to Raw, and you were getting the loudest reactions of the show every night. You know, it was New Age Outlaws-esque, the two of you in there cutting the promo, hyping the crowd. Was there ever any, you know, we sometimes hear of like the locker room getting a negative reaction of if some guys are getting over too much, and was there ever any of that sort of in the locker room, or was it all very supportive of these guys are doing what we want them to do?
You know, it's funny, like, I tell the story from the start of this thing. You know, I was thrown into the fire, not really knowing much about the business, you know, of pro wrestling and the hierarchy and how to get on the card. I came in, and the very first time I ever got out there, they gave me a microphone. And John Cena was backstage at NXT the night I debuted. I was given a name, Enzo Amore, which I had chosen, and fought tooth and nail for months for. Now, Charlotte got her name, Ashley Flair. Mojo got his name, and Baron Corbin got his name. We're the only 4 people that made it out of a class of like 30 people. So when I came in off a moving truck. Shout out Paramus Moving. I'm wearing the shirt right now, dude. That's funny. I didn't think about it like that, but that's how I was working on a moving truck and they found my ass talking shit. So, you know, I didn't know I thought I was gonna be a manager. Maybe I didn't know I didn't have a tag team partner in Big Cass, but Dusty Rhodes really liked us cutting promos together for like 5 or 6 weeks in promo class. And all the boys were popping for our shit. And I was calling people soft in promo class, or at least I said it one time. And Xavier Woods was actually the guy who came up to me and was like, bro, you need to use that word soft all the time. That shit popped me. So then when John Cena is backstage, he sees me on the night that I debut. I'm eating a donut. I think I got a bar story. I'm going to go home and tell everybody, yo, pull up that match from the WWE that I had, bro. I swear to God, I was a pro wrestler, bro. I swear to God. You know, I didn't think it, you know, but that turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me. Was I didn't know about the Dirts. I didn't know about the Indies. I didn't know about New Japan. I didn't know about wrestling in Japan or Mexico. I didn't know shit about anything other than what I watched on Raw. And I was an avid wrestling fan watching Raw my whole life. So I was just your casual everyday fan because, you know, my friends don't gossip or talk shit or worry about other men's business. Like where I grew up, if you talk shit, you get hit. Like, if you're talking about another man behind his back, they're gonna stop you and be like, "Yo, shut the fuck up. Call up homie right now and tell him that shit. We don't give a fuck." You know. So, man, I got into wrestling and I didn't know about wrestling. I got in cars with people who were talking shit about other men, and imagine a guy like me just being like, "Yo, why are you talking about him when he's not here? Why don't you go tell it to his face?" And people kind of got with that. They kind of liked that I was that way.
Yeah.
And the first guy who took me under his wing outside of Bray Wyatt popped for me huge. His dad's IRS. He was born into the business, so he didn't give a fuck about like me. I didn't know what heat was. Is heat even real? You know?
Yeah.
So Wyndham is my homie. Shout out Wyndham for probably saving my life or job backstage at the beginning stages. At the beginning. But ultimately, you learn how this business works. You cut your teeth. You get in the ring. You learn to eat a shit sandwich and like the taste of it and shut the fuck up and pick the hills you want to die on. But, you know, my road was very different. I had Dusty Rhodes, who was in my corner, who handed me a microphone and allowed me to go out there and do what I do along with Triple H. So Triple H and Dusty just gave me free reign on the microphone. If you get a microphone every night, you know, you have an opportunity. I wouldn't call it anything other than that. And what I did with that microphone alongside with Big Cass and even Carmella at the beginning, that is a testament to, you know, the hard work we put in thinking of the stuff and the material. I think that Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes told you the truth, which I don't know if they ever would, because they're always going to work you. They're always going to work you if you're talking to the camera. They wrote down the shit, they worked on their character shit, and they thought of it really hard. And that was what I was honored to do in the business of pro wrestling, was do it the old school way, think of my own shit and get to say it every time I was out there. So I know that a lot of people don't get that opportunity. Maybe if more people did, they'd have more success. But I took that opportunity and we took it to the moon. But the guy to bring this story back around at the beginning stages, imagine Finn Balor comes in from, you know, at the time, Prince Devitt, Fergal Devitt from New Japan. And I don't even know who the fuck he is. I don't know. And I'm on an NXT TV show that he's watching from Japan when he's being enticed to come here. And he's looking at the product and saying, well, do I want to be a part of this show? Do I want to join NXT? And we were a part of the reason me and Big Cass Fergal wanted to come be a part of NXT. And when I met him, I didn't even know who the fuck Dave Meltzer was. So he thought that shit was hilarious. And so did Neville and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I never tried to pretend to be something that I wasn't, but I got to drive in the cars with the likes of the people I just named, and Samoa Joe and tour and you know, Dax Harwood, Scott Dawson, and I was genuinely passionate, wanted to learn, wanted to watch the tape, wanted to see every single match, wanted to know the spots and work with the people that were great. And I picked it up, man, and I played my part, which was basically talk shit and sell. So I I appreciated learning from those people and getting the opportunity. So when it was heat in the locker room, jealousy woes when you make it to the top in any business. When I was first starting out in this business, everybody wanted to come be Enzo and Cass's friends and talk to them when they got in there. By the time you're in the main event of Monday Night Raw and you're fighting for titles, you know, you can you know, step on somebody's shoes literally and catering and get heat for it without realizing it. So, you know, those things are something I never worried about. I went there to make money, and by the time I was where I was at, I had enough friends, so I wasn't interested in making too many. I was interested in making money. That is the goal in any pro wrestler's life, and it should be. And to make money outside of pro wrestling, when you're done in pro wrestling, man, I can't hate on a single individual in the world. I don't have hate in my body. When you are the best at talking shit in the world, it's a confidence that comes along with no ego. There's nothing you could say. There's nothing you could say to me that I'm worried about. There's everything that's ever been said about anybody has been said about me, including the worst things. So, like, do you think that my skin ain't thick or that I give a fuck? Like, I'm bulletproof, dog. So I don't have an ego when it comes to pro wrestling, being backstage or with other people. Like, I don't have to be the biggest star in the room. And I think that sometimes people who bring attention to themselves make other people uncomfortable, and my hair does that alone. So
you mentioned your partnership with Cass and Carmella, and we've seen Cass, obviously his story in the recent years has been incredible, and it's great to see him doing well and doing what he's doing. And you know, all three of you have gone your separate ways, but what we've seen from the WWE is they're not afraid to bring back acts that were over. If I know you say, you know, the guy with a pencil is the guy who makes it, and all pencils are number 2, and you ain't number 2, you're number 1. But
hey, wait a second, where did that come out?
That was, I believe that was
that I did that. I did an interview while I was signing autographs, and I'm pretty sure I said that WrestleMania weekend.
Oh,
did that interview come out? It was with
it did.
It was a British fellow,
British guy,
I believe,
yeah.
right?
We do our research. We do our research. But yeah, if the opportunity came a knocking for yourself and Cass and maybe with Carmella, maybe not, to have another run together in the WWE, is that something you'd be open to doing, or are you kind of closing that chapter of your life?
Wait, Enzo, Cass, and Carmella? Is that what you just said? A reuniting of all three?
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Yeah, that's very true. Maybe just Enzo and Cass. Maybe just Enzo and Cass. Yeah.
Man, that's funny though. Oh man, that's funny. Man, you know, I'm really happy and looking at where my life is and where my career has went. And every wrestling signing, you know, that I go to, you know, I get great fans that I owe the world to. So I'm in a good place right now. I think Cass is in a great place right now. And I don't know if I'd be eager to enter a go fuck yourself environment. So, you know, like you got to be ready to do that. And if the opportunity called, like, would I field the phone call? Like, I don't even know. I'm honestly very, very happy and very looking forward to what I'm doing in music. You know, Chris Jericho's 50 something years old, has a top Billboard hit, you know, and you know, won the title at 50 in AEW. Like, I'm young in this business, young with all the things I want to do. When Fergal Devitt came to NXT, he was my age that I'm at now. So I got plenty of years ahead of me. And I'm getting back out in the ring. I'm excited about the work that I'm putting in. I think that I need to put some more work out there for the world to see. That's, you know, because I do believe wholeheartedly that Enzo Amore exists in one place. I think he's a WWE character, and I don't play that guy when I'm out here on the indies, working on taped programming now. The first promo that I've cut in pro wrestling since January of 2018 was in Major League Wrestling. I haven't picked up a microphone since January of 2018 for any promotion in the world. And I picked up a microphone in Major League Wrestling, and I've done it. I cut 2 or 3 promos now for them. One of them has aired, and the work's a lot different. It's very different. I had to cut a promo that was storyline driven on Casey Navarro, a young kid that I believe in, and he wrestles for MLW. And I wanted to tell a story. And with the passing of Scott Hall, we did that as well. That little son of a bitch hit me with a moonsault off the top rope, a la 1, 2, 3 kid, and I'm pretty sure I had a shoulder up, man. I can be honest with you. I gotta be honest with you, but I don't think the referee caught it from his angle, and he squeezed one out on me. And I think that's what it's about, is doing good business. And if it makes sense and the opportunity's there, and I'm allowed some, creative liberties and to be trusted, I think, thank you, Court Bauer, for allowing me to come in there and be a part of the locker room and the energy and just, not, be so, he's not Geppetto and I'm not Pinocchio. You know what I mean? I can be trusted. I'm not a liar. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to put on a good product, and I'm going to help get other people over and elevate the talent around me. It's never been just about me. I think the heel run I had in pro wrestling at the end there, which is what I'm probably remembered most for, was with the title. People forget that I had a babyface run for 6 years before that. Stayed over with the with the gimmick, coming out with the SAWFT shit with Big Cats for 6 years. So like, man, to go out there as a heel to do business the way I did it is different than the way I did it as babyface. I laid down every night as a babyface, built the heels, and when I was a heel, I had the title, and it was the job of the other people to chase it. So, I think that pro wrestling should always be about the title, whatever that title may be. My whole tag team run in wrestling was the story with me and Big Cass that we couldn't win the tag titles. Like that was the story. We had that in spades. It was fucking great. It worked for us. So like, to have the title in pro wrestling, you play a different character, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. So got one last question before we do our quick fire sort of blast through some nice fun stuff. And it's mainly a question just because it's something that wouldn't leave my YouTube recommendation alone for about 3-4 years, to the point that it became a meme all over the internet, all over Twitter, all over Reddit, of the Simon Gotch buries Enzo Amore YouTube video. What was your reaction to that? And have you guys kind of been able just to move past that now? Have you guys had any sort of conversation from that? And when you see that and you see how much it's kind of popping up.
Literally, he's famous for that one thing. Nobody remembers any matches he had. Nobody remembers any good matches he had. Nobody remembers anything in his life except for the fact that he's the guy who knocked out Enzo. So I guess he holds it a grudge and he's really upset about it. But I don't have any hate in my heart for anybody. If I saw him, I wouldn't say a fucking word to him. He's not worth my breath. Like, and on this conversation, congratulations, kid. I made you famous.
Amazing. Right, man. Before we wrap up and we ask you a little bit about the music and the NFT stuff and what fans should look out for there, we're going to fire through some rapid fire questions. So I've got the list here. Just nice and short answers. You don't need to explain them. Nice and easy.
Good luck. Good luck getting me to rapid fire answers to you, bro.
I will. I say rapid fire. I'll also say them slightly slower because I'm aware if I do go full speed, I will just start sounding like a stereotypical Scotsman, and nobody will be able to understand me, you or anyone watching. So we're gonna start off. If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh, baby. That's a good ass question, man. Fuck. I could tell you the artist.
Go for it. Who would it be?
it would either be Leonard Skinner or Frank Sinatra.
Oh, great picks. My Way is one of those songs that I will listen to throughout different stages of my life constantly, and it never bores me. It's a classic.
You know, I think Life also, you know, That's Life. That's probably my favorite song of all time. Maybe that one.
Perfect. What's your
I used
meal?
it in great me versus Cass and Great Balls of Fire. The entire timeline lined up with the song Riding High in April, Shot Down in May, but I know I'm going to change that tune when I'm back on top in June. And if nothing's working come this year, July, I'm going to roll myself up in a big ball and die. It's like me and Cass break up. Yeah, we're riding high in April in WrestleMania, shot down in May. I'm found backstage, but I know I'm going to change that tune when I'm back on top, like a big show in June. That's Life. Amazing. You know, July, you know, me and Cass wrestle at Great Balls of Fire. So that's what I used in the promo. And I had to fight tooth and nail with Vince McMahon, who handed me the shitty promo. This writer handed me a shitty promo. I marched into Vince's office at Great Balls of Fire, and I said, I ain't fucking saying this. This is what I want to fucking say. He didn't like it. He didn't want to do it. I fought again. And Vince said, okay. And I went out there and I delivered what I believe to be one of my best promos ever.
That's amazing. What's your cheat meal?
Pizza.
Nice. What's your favorite video game?
Madden.
Nice.
Or Halo.
Halo. Good shout. What would you be watching if you had a day of Netflix and chill?
Well, what, like, oh shit, I'd have to watch something new because I've already watched it.
No, it could be something you rewatch. Could be a rewatch.
I mean, if I'm watching the best shit, you know what I put on? All right, I'm at the studio a lot, and in the background at the studio, I have two 70-inch screen TVs. So I just put on Planet Earth on one, and I put on like another wildlife gimmick, so that's just playing with no volume in the background. A little David Applebottom sound, maybe a little, you know, maybe bring it up to 3 or 4. But I would watch Breaking Bad. That's the shit.
Nice. What movie have you seen the most?
Ninja Turtles 1, 1990.
Nice. Oh, I did not expect that. That's a good one. I like that. I think this is an interesting one for a guy who's so sort of physically unique as you. What actor should play you in a movie about your life?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what Siri just answered.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure why my Echo decided to answer that one there.
Somebody playing me in a movie about my life. I think Jared Leto would kill it.
Nice.
Imagine him with the hair. The hair just doing the foot shuffle and shit, coming out all fired up.
What's your secret talent?
I'm a real athlete, good at ball sports.
Nice. Now this one is slightly controversial.
It's a secret talent because the guy I played on TV didn't do anything athletic.
So this one's controversial. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
Nice. Aside from your own, in fact, I was gonna say who's your favorite band, but we've kind of answered that with Sinatra there. So let's
Skinnered as well.
Skinnered as well. Let's go for who was the biggest locker room prankster during your time in the WWE?
Gallows and Anderson.
Nice. Who would be your dream guest at a dinner party, alive or dead?
It would have to be interesting conversation. I've talked to everybody about a lot of the things. I guess you want to talk to somebody who's old, who has a lot of money.
This you inviting Vince McMahon to your dinner party? Is that what's happening here?
No, also you'd have to, if you want to sit down for dinner with one human, that's what you're saying?
Yeah.
I give you 5 different ones.
Okay.
George Bush,
Nice.
Barack Obama, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Mick Jagger.
Nice. I think that's a party. I think that
give me any one of the 3 presidents that are still breathing.
Smart. I like it.
I want to know what they know about aliens. I want to know about what they know about the Kennedy assassination.
And finally, what is the weirdest fan request you've ever had?
Oh man, I mean, I wouldn't call it weird, but something that I take pride in is I've personally drawn with marker on at least a handful of people, maybe 2, probably as many people as I can count on 2 to 3 hands, that have gotten whatever I've written on them tattooed on them permanently.
Nice. I know a few people that have got those. I think it's quite a nice touch, you know, because autographs are so easy to misplace. Whereas, I mean, if it's slap bang on you, unless you're losing a limb, that ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Right, and so it's been a pleasure chatting. But before we go, I just want to give you the opportunity tell the people about Real One and the How You Doing band, the NFT stuff. The floor is yours.
Yeah, no. So when we talk about, you know, I've met people that have tattooed words on them or autographs, right? And believe it or not, the thing that people come to me and want me to write on them and have tattooed on them, and it's been more people than I can count on one hand, isn't about pro wrestling. It's from my music. It's the song Grace I made with my grandmother in the music video before she passed away. I made it a point to film this video. My brother, who is now one of the biggest music video makers in the world, Brett Arndt, my brother, is at B.A Cinema. He works with Cole Bennett, who is Lyrical Lemonade, and they've shot Post Malone's Motley Crue music video. They shot Little Durk's most recent work and Justin Bieber's most recent music video.
Nice.
My brother came home and we filmed this music video for Grace. And in the song, I said, you must be moving forward if you fall on your face. Hail Mary, full of grace. And I tattooed, and somebody got that tattooed on them. Another person just wanted the word grace. And nice. I wrote grace. Somebody else wanted, I might have lost my mind. I never lost my faith. Hail Mary, full of grace. So I've tattooed these lyrics on people from this song because music has that potentiality, like pro wrestling, to touch a chord with people, and so much so it can strike a chord like the Freebird solo, where people really fucking feel it, man. And so much so that they want me to tattoo lyrics, and that to me is my greatest achievement. It's nothing that I've done in pro wrestling. It's that music video and that song Grace, which has nearly 1 million streams, if not close to it. I don't know, but I know that on YouTube alone it has like 380,000 views, and it was put out there organically without any promotion whatsoever, and it's been able to garner a little cult following of people that need that song, that are going through something like I was going through, losing my grandmother and getting fired and coming home, and that is what wrestling is so many times, is it's real. And while the finishes ain't real, maybe the outcomes are predetermined, so many times it mirrors real life, and you can feel when it's real. And that's what I brought to pro wrestling, was an authenticity. The story I told was simple, that I wasn't scared. I was going to talk my shit no matter what happened. No matter what you did to me, I was going to get up and keep talking shit. And that's what the message is. And that's why I was able to do it as a babyface for, 6 years and stay over as a babyface, was because people could relate. They could feel when it's real. And I was a guy who probably didn't belong out there. I was no different than the people in the crowd as a fan. And that's how I feel when I write my music and I hear people, that can relate to it. And I can rap my ass off. And there's songs that I make that are metaphorical, that you'll have to, listen back 10 times with all the things that are metaphors and things that I use. But those songs aren't as important as songs like Grace that make people feel, that energy that I'm feeling.
Amazing, man. Well, I'm going to say it. If you guys watching haven't heard Enzo's music, make sure to go and check it out on Spotify. Real One for the rap, Real One.
Yeah, let's not mince it. Yeah, let's not mince it, baby. I got a lot of music, and if you guys want some badass music for the gym, some punch you in the fucking face music, there is a lot of music out there that'll make you want to punch somebody in the face. As a matter of fact, Karl Malone, great NBA legend who used to go head-to-head with Michael Jordan, considered the greatest power forward of all time, big wrestling fan as well. I got a message from his son saying that he and his father listen to my music when they're working out in the gym. So shout out to Karl Malone. I appreciate that, bro. That's fucking wild. Guys, Phoenix, Bury Me a G, Elon Musk, King, Intro King Part 2 is out. If you spell out Real One and Lions with a Y, Lyons, that song will pop up. Cinematic Universe, MNJ, EMNJAY, as if Eminem and Jay-Z, they made a song called Renegade back in the day. And I used that as a play of words for this song. We've got Rock and Roll, Real One in the How You Doing Band, Cup of Good Reason, CUPPA. That should pop right the fuck up for you. Real One, CUPPA. Not many people using, I invent words, guys. SAWFT, Cuppa, CUPPA, Cup of Good Reasons. Guys, check out the music. I promise I won't let you down. I've never let you down with a microphone in my life, so don't doubt me now. Otherwise, you'll just be singing my shit when I'm 50 like Jericho.
There you have it, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching. Enzo, thank you for your time. Make sure you guys check out all of Enzo's stuff. It'll be all linked down below. And until next time, peace.